There are seasons when it feels like God is stripping everything away. You lose people you thought would never leave. You lose plans you were sure would work. You lose control, comfort, direction, and for a while, it feels like you've lost yourself too. And in that silence, you start to wonder, why would God let it all fall apart? Why does He take what I love? Why does He keep me waiting when I've already been through enough? Sometimes, God has to empty your hands so He can fill them with something better, because you can't receive when you're still holding on to what's breaking you. You can't move forward when your fists are clenched around what's gone, and you can't step into what's next while you're still trying to fix what God already released you from. God knows what's ahead, and He knows that what you're holding isn't enough to carry you there. So He removes, He replaces, and sometimes He even breaks what you built, not to destroy you, but to rebuild you stronger. We want to hold on to what's comfortable, but God isn't interested in your comfort. He's interested in your growth. And growth means stretching, breaking, surrendering. ITT means releasing the temporary so He can give you the eternal. Sometimes God will let something fall apart to protect your future. God let doors close because you are knocking on the wrong ones. Sometimes God will let certain people walk away because He heard conversations you didn't, and He'll let your plans fail because He's got one that leads you on. It's hard to see God's hand when your heart is hurting. It's hard to trust His plan when your world feels empty. But faith isn't built when everything makes sense. Faith is built in the waiting, in the breaking, in the empty moments where you have nothing left but Him. When God empties your hands, it's not rejection, it's redirection. God's saying, I've got something better, something that won't leave, something that won't drain you, something that will finally make sense of everything that didn't. Don't curse your empty season, because this is where your faith grows roots. This is where you stop depending on what you had and start depending on who He is. This is where God teaches you that His presence is better than any plan, any person, anything. Maybe you've been holding on too tight to something that was never meant to stay. Maybe God had to take it so you could finally take hold of Him. And when you let go and let God, you'll find out that everything He gives after the breaking is worth every tear that fell before it. When God fills your hands again, you'll understand why He had to empty them first. You'll understand that He wasn't taking from you. He was making space for the life you prayed for. Soon, you'll look down and realize your hands are full again, not with what you lost, but with what you needed all along. Peace and the kind of blessings only God could give, because sometimes God empties your hands so He can fill them with better things.